Hi everyone, this is Ross McGill, Teacher Toolkit on Twitter. I'm in sunny London, it's the Easter holidays, and this is a video to support 10 tips for teachers to relax over the holidays. It's really important that we do. There's a blog on my website written by Judith Aitken, and this video is just to support the content. So tip number one, we all like to do some marking in the holidays, even if we wouldn't want to admit it. We've all taken marking home, left it in the car. I've done it lots of times, I'm sure you have too. We might have been brave enough to take the marking out of the boots of our car and leave it on the kitchen table, maybe even flicked open a page here or there. My advice is, if you're not going to actually do the marking, then don't take the marking home at all. With the Easter being notorious for revision, for some coursework catch-up sessions, and teachers going into work being paid or not for that time to support the kids to get those grades, it's important that we take the time not to mark at all. We all need to catch up with marking, and it's always never finished. So if you're not going to do the marking at home, then just don't take it. Tip number two, read. In my office upstairs, I've got about 100 books on education that I like to flick through for ideas. People sending me one or two copies here or there from Twitter. I can't read them all, but I like to flick through them, so I always set myself a target to read a book on education over the holidays, but more importantly, I always try and choose a book that's not related to education at all, because it's a great opportunity to escape the day-to-day work. So that would be the second tip, is to read a book. The third tip, we all have friends in teaching. Over the last 20 years I've accumulated many. I try to catch up with them frequently. Most often than not, this is in my holiday time rather than term time. So a tip that I try to do is try and catch up with my teaching friends during term time and catch up with my mates that are not in teaching in the holidays. The only reason being, it will remind you of work, it will remind you of the to-do things. If you meet your mates who are teachers, you're just going to compare your to-do lists, the things that are going well, the things that are not going well. So it's really important that you catch up with friends that are not in education. Tip number four, travel. When that school bell goes, if you've booked a holiday well in advance, well done to you. If you can time it where you can get home from school on the last day of term and jet off, and if you have that energy to do that, then great. And some of you might time it that you actually fly in the night before, or sometimes in the morning itself, and straight back into school. As a new father, my son's only 5. We haven't been travelling a lot lately. I used to do it all the time, but now he's getting to the age where we can actually take him away and enjoy it a lot more. So travelling probably be a really good tip for teachers to switch off. The quicker you get away from a holiday, the quicker you're going to switch off. If you're not lucky enough to get away, then a good alternative is to sit on the sofa, lock yourself in all day with a box of popcorn, big tub of ice cream, and get through all the TV episodes that you want to watch, all these different series, Game of Thrones on Netflix, things like that. Really good tip. Number 6, exercise. Something I've not done for a long time, but I love swimming, I love football, I love keeping fit. But if my wife was watching this, she'd say you're a hypocrite, and she'd probably be right. So to be honest, I have bought a pair of jogging pants. I do intend on getting running around the local park soon. We know endorphins from exercise gives us even more energy, so as a teacher it'd be very important to get out. So I really admire the people that post their pictures on Twitter of them jogging around the park and things like that. It's one thing I need to do to certainly help me switch off from all the stress and anxieties that teaching brings. Tip number 7, again, every night I probably get 6 hours sleep on average throughout the term, and over a 6 to 8 week term that accumulates to not enough sleep. So in the holidays, my son being 6 years old, he doesn't care if it's the holidays or term time, he's still awake at 6:30 in the morning. So a little tip for new parents is to put your child slightly later to bed, which gives you a bit more time in the morning. And if that's not possible, then the odd nap on the sofa in the afternoon, just anything that you can do to catch up on that sleep. And obviously an early night to bed once in a while does no one any harm. Tip number 8, so this is for people watching, is 10 tips for teachers to relax in the holidays. Tip number 8 would be with all of those moments, if you've been in education a long time and you get your summer holidays, you forget what day it is sometimes. And in a 2-week window of holidays for Easter and Christmas, you can just about get to the stage where you can forget what time of day it is. We have the school bell ringing in our ears every single hour telling us what to do and where to go. So if you can get to that place in the school holidays, plan nothing to do, and you can forget what time of day it is. You can go off to the local park, just wander around the shops, do whatever you want to do and forget the time of day. That's a wonderful place to be. The best part of that is in the school holidays in the summer when you can forget what day of the week it is. It's a great place to be, and then you know you've really switched off. Number 9, just to finish off, a controversial one. Get on with some marking. If you've got nothing else to do and you want to get to the bottom of your workload, delete those emails, but don't expect anyone to reply. That would be a foolish thing to do. People are entitled to switch off, even though we're all connected 24/7. So delete those emails, maybe reply to them, but save them in your drafts before you send them when you go back to term. Or if you want to get on with some marking and get to the bottom of your to-do list, then fine, get on with it, but accept that you'll never get to the end of what you're supposed to achieve. So if it makes you feel better, then fine, but don't forget all these other tips help you relax. Finally, to-do lists. We all write lists. I've got a list on my phone, I've got a list upstairs on my computer, on the cloud, I've got loads of paper notes, I've even got a post-it here for this video. Writing lists are a good bit of therapy. If anything, it puts things into perspective. You can prioritise the things that you need to do, things that you don't need to do. So if you've got nothing better to do with your time, just write a little list of things that you need to do in your personal life or things that you need to do to work, and then it will help you just get a sense of the things that are important. And more often than not, like I do, you forget what's on them anyway, and you probably do the one that's most urgent, like we always have to do. The things that are most urgent, you tend not to write down anyway, because you're always constantly thinking about it. So probably forget the to-do lists as a final strategy. So that's all for now. If we've missed anything obvious, leave a comment on the blog, leave a comment on this video, send over some ideas. I do want to send more videos, some content, because I know you all enjoy watching them. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. This is Teacher Toolkit on Twitter. Tune in at teachertoolkit.me for more information, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.